Good evening, everyone. Um, Thank you so much for joining today. It's really exciting to have us all here. Um, if you are a beginner, if you're an experienced engineer, we're just curious about um, the future of technology, you are in the right place this evening. Uh, so I'll be starting with this short story right before I introduce our guest for tonight. All right. Please, if you can hear me, I want to see some reactions so I can know that. Um, okay. Thank you, John. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Adeniji. So, yeah, Codex. Thank you. Thank you. So, a while ago, right, I used to be a bit. Okay, my name is Marvel, by the way. I'm a mobile engineer, all right, and uh, a while ago, I used to be a bit hesitant, to openly say that I use AI when coding. Right, this was from few years back because it always felt like if I relied on AI, I do feel like I wasn't good enough as an engineer. Like I had to prove that I could do everything from scratch. So I always kept my usage of AI low key, right? But fast forward to now, the same thing I was hiding then is actually becoming one of the most valuable skills an engineer can have today, right? And not just engineers, we have people in different spaces, different sectors. Having AI, being able to use AI is one of the most valuable skills we can have in this current age, right? And if we look around today, the shift is very clear. We are seeing companies and businesses adopt AI at lightning speed, right? We're seeing changes in how most teams are structured, how products are built, and even conversations around layoffs and role changes, right? When you search online, news everywhere, you see things like people adopting AI and companies laying off people all because of this adoption, right? So everything is moving just so fast, so fast. Everything is moving so fast. So today, engineers are not just expected to write code alone, right? They're expected to work with AI to move faster, to build smarter, and to solve problems, right? And we are seeing it everywhere. We are seeing it everywhere. Like I said, I'm a mobile engineer, right? We have faster development cycles in adopting AI. We have better productivity, and we have engineers shipping less time. You see things like vibe coding these days, how that in just 2, 3 weeks you can ship a product, right? And that's all because of AI. So the question now is no longer should I use AI? It's now how well can I use AI? And really that's the essence of today's session. To understand how we can position ourselves in this fast growing AI era. So we'll be talking about the AI augmented engineer. And remember, you don't necessarily have to be an engineer, right? If you're just someone that is curious about where the future of work is going, this is the right place for you. So the AI augmented engineer, future proofing your career in 2026. I'll be focusing on three simple areas: the shift, how AI is changing engineering, right? The skills that matter now, and how you can stay relevant and grow in this new era. So tonight, I'm not having this conversation alone, right? I'm joined by someone with solid experience in building and shipping real-world products. Yeah, so I'll be introducing our guest for this session. So Alexa Oderide is a software engineer and the founder of Austin Solutions. He's passionate about building scalable digital products and using technology to solve real-world problems. Beyond engineering, he's also a creative generalist with a strong interest in innovation, branding, and business development, helping individuals and organizations turn ideas into impactful solutions. And I'm really excited to have this conversation with him. So please join me in welcoming our guest for tonight, Mr. Elisha Odering. Can I get some reactions as we move
All right. Good evening, everyone.
on?
Good evening. I trust we all had a great day. Yeah, so I'm so glad to be here this evening, and I want to especially appreciate Craterdale team for this webinar, and also I would like to appreciate my the hosts Toluwani Ayola, who happens to be a friend and a colleague as well. So thank you so much. I really appreciate. All right. So Toluwani has given a brief introduction about what we'll be doing tonight, but also I would like to um, also give more um, insights on what we'll be doing tonight. So I would like to share my screen and just for us to have like a visual representation of what we will be doing. All right, I believe you can see my screen, right?
Yes, yes.
All right, this evening either you are a software, you are a junior software engineer, intermediate, or you are a senior software engineer. So we'll be having a discussion around the AI augmented engineer future proving your career in 2026. So it's no longer a news that AI, right? AI is no longer coming. AI is here already, and they're already building and shipping products for us. So now, as an engineer, what should we be expecting? What how did you even get here? Right. So how do we get here? What is the current situation of things, and what is the future? So I will be divining the key terms in this topic. So we have AI augmentation, and then what it means to be an AI augmented engineer. So I believe when we say engineer, we are still referring to developers, right? So we are all software developers. In as much if you are either you are a mobile developer, a web developer, a backend developer, any stack, anything you use, or any framework you use for building solutions, you are still a software developer. Only that we have different sections under software development. Now, what does AI augmentation means? It means that the use of artificial intelligence to enhance human capabilities for productivity and decision making. So the key what I would like us to note here is productivity and then decision making. So AI is here to ensure that as developers, as engineers, so we are productive, and in making decision also it will enhance our decision making. So for AI augmentation, we can say it's like a co-pilot. It's just like, okay, you have a companion that will make you ship faster and that will make you ship better. All right. So what does it mean to be AI augmented engineer? So it actually means that is a software engineer who uses AI as a core part of their workflow to increase speed, quality, and work of what they build. So now, this is actually telling us that if you are AI augmented, that means you have incorporated AI in building software solutions. right? So people have this fear that AI is going to take software development jobs, right? But that is not true. So AI is not going to take it, but AI can actually make software development work more easier, more faster. Though in the future might make it less relevant. Let me put it that way because we'll have a lot of softwares out there, so people can ship very fast, and then you know you can build a product within even 1 day. You can build a product. You can launch an MVP within 1 day or within let me right. So it might make software engineering field less relevant, right? But I'll still do more justice to this, all right, as we go. All right, so what are we going to cover in tonight's uh, webinar? So we'll cover the shift, like Marvelous says. So we are going to cover the shift. So what are the AI shifts? How did we get here? So what are the things that what is software engineering like in 2023 before 2023? All right. So what is the state of software engineering now, and what is software engineering? Also, we are going to take a look at the skills. What are the skills that we need to leverage on? What are the skills we need to learn as a software engineer in order for us to stay relevant in this era? Also, we'll be looking at the strategy. So we explore different strategies in order for us to future our career as a software engineer. All right. So the shift, like I said earlier, so the transformation is no longer coming. It is here already. And then if we take a look at how software engineering started, right? In 2023, we have more of generic AI, or let me say generative AI. So we have AI that can just write for you, something like Google. So AI like Google that you can interact with, like a chat. You can interact with you ask question, we reply you, right? You ask probably you ask for a code snippet, right? And the AI will generate that code for you, right? So we have all those kind of AI. So this AI are actually generative AI. So we can say some models that ChatGPT built in 2023, 2024, before they release Codex. So they released Codex, I think late last year, right? Before they released Codex models. So most of those models are built using generative, can be classified as generative AI, right? So um, now we have agentic AI, and that started, let me see, 2025. So agentic AI, when we're talking about agentic AI, so they are AIs that can plan, execute, and deploy for you. So as a developer, you might not even need to write a single line of code, right? You can create a prompt, then AI will build the product for you from A to Z. In as much you have the PRD, PRD is a product requirement document. So if you have your PRD, you can just use your PRD to prompt an AI to plan your products for you. So in the planning, the AI will also draw the architecture. You have your workflow and all. So we do all those architect work for you. Then we execute. We generate all the codes, right? Even including the folder structures and the like. So the AI will do all those things for you. Then the AI can also deploy for you, right? So when you're talking about agentic AI, so they plan tasks, edit files, end to end. They run tests and iterate on failures. Also, they act like an autonomous junior engineers, right? For instance, a practical example is you can see if you can write, if you want to write like an API test. I don't know if you have backend engineers in the house. So uh, for agentic AI, you can just to do the end to end writing, and the AI will write at the same time the AI will test for you. So you don't have to. In fact, the AI will also write documentation, right? Either you want any documentation platform, right? So the AI we use we document those endpoints for you. So now we can say that some models, because as a developer, if an AI model we are using is classified under generative AI or other agentic AI, right? So that will not be will not will not be using a wrong AI model for what we are supposed to use, what we are supposed to do. Sorry. So for if you were using zero and the likes, so they might not be good at programming. So you have to ensure that okay, you make your research very well to know that a particular AI model falls under a generative AI or an agentic AI. So, and then we, as developers, I believe most of us are familiar with GitHub Copilot. So I'll still explain that as we go, as we proceed. All right. So, GitHub Copilot is an AI built by GitHub, and it has several models. Right. It has several models, and it has a place where you can switch. You can either switch to for the AI to write. But let's just use that AI or generate. It has an agent. You can switch between probably write, agents, and plan. So planning is still we can still classify planning to under agentic AI because if you use agents, now agents will be able to plan for you, right? Like I said, agentic AI plan, execute, and deploy. So that's just it. Also, so the AI landscape in March 2026. So several organizations they are adopting AI all over the world. So in fact, I read was it not last week that we have like 28.6 million AI agents that has been deployed in 2026. No, it's not like they've been deployed like total AI agents from probably 2023 because the evolution of AI three, right? That was when ChatGPT was launched, right? So that was when it was launched, and then we had several AI that was that has been deployed ever since then, right? So we have 77,000 plus organization using GitHub Copilot. You know, GitHub Copilot, there is more emphasis on GitHub Copilot because that's one of the agentic AI for software engineers. It's one of the best um, AI system because like a system because we have different models, right? It has different models. It has Claude. It has chats, chat codex, ChatGPT codex, and it has several models there, right? So it's still the best for developers. It's still the best. Yeah, we have 10 billion plus lines of AI generated code accepted and the likes. You can also make research. I don't want to waste much time on this. All right, so the role shift. So what was coding like before 2023 and now? So I could remember if you are a software engineer before 2023, so you uh you might be memorizing syntax. So I remember then when I was learning because I started learning software in 2020 and then 2021, 2022, 2023 was really a very tough time for me. In fact, I had an exercise book. So if I go for classes, I had to write codes, follow tutorial videos. You know, if you want to debug then safe, you have to use Stack Overflow or you follow a tutorial video for you to debug. I remember that was the time that I wanted to, right? So I spent 1 month. So I'll go to my workspace, then I'll go there morning to evening, trying to debug and trying to solve a particular error. And then it was after a month that I was able to figure it out, right? So 2020, before 2023, um, software engineering is really um, is a battle. Let me put it that way. It was a battle then. So you have to memorize the syntax. You have to know how to write functions. Sorry about that. So um, you have to know how to write functions, know how to and then now Stack Overflow is not really relevant again because we have AI. We have AI that can debug for you. You use AI to debug. Those really you are really demanding and it's time consuming. You know, if you want to build software around before 2023, right? So you might spend up to 6 months before you launch, even more than 6 months. You might spend probably 1 year writing code, probably 6 months testing before you launch. So imagine spending so much code and then to to test before you can reach your MVP. So now in 2026, shipping is more faster. So with the help of AI, you ship more faster, right? You debug more faster, and then you don't have to AI can generate code for you. You don't have to write code. You don't have to write um code yourself again, right? So it's something that we have to embrace as software engineer. It's not that it's making us lazy, but though I will do this. I'll still strike a balance to this, but it's not that it's actually making us lazy or less effective, but it's just like an helper. Like I said earlier, is a co-pilot. It's something that helps us in such a way that we'll be able to deliver and ship products on time, right? And time is something that we have to value. So if you have a product we can ship within probably 1 month or 2 months, and compared to a product that we have to ship between 1 year. So I feel if we can deploy faster, it will make our work more faster, more effective, and it will boost up, right? So you don't have to spend hours debugging because you have AI that can actually debug for you. So you have AI that can review your architecture, oral decisions. You have AI that can validate your security and edge cases. All right. So the rise of agentic AI in development. So, like I said earlier, we have agentic AI are meant to plan, execute, debug, and deploy for us. So they plan, they execute, they debug and deploy for us. So it's also called vibe coding. I know we've have heard about vibe coding. You know, even non people that doesn't have the background knowledge in software engineering, so they can vibe code now. You can just go to probably any AI agent like Lovable, um, Cursor and the likes. Do you get? So we can they can use those AI agents in order for them to build a product, a software product. Though that product might actually be vulnerable. You know, if you don't have the technical background knowledge, and you're trying to ship a product, so that product might be vulnerable. But so they can use AI agents to build products. Now, for AI agents, you know, I mentioned earlier that GitHub Copilot agents. So, you know, GitHub Copilot is really powerful. And I don't know if you have students um that in this webinar. I don't know. But if you have students here, or probably you have siblings or friends that are students, so GitHub Copilot, I don't know if we are aware of this, but if you are aware, then it's fine. But if you are not aware, GitHub Copilot has a premium offer like for students, in as much you have access to your student ID card, right? Or you have any means of identification as a student. So you have access to 2 years premium subscription, like free subscription for GitHub Copilot. And this will even make your work more faster. If you are not a student and you have probably people that are undergraduate, they can create a GitHub account for you, right? And apply for GitHub education. Then probably you collect the login details, then you log in those details on GitHub Copilot. Then from there, you can have access to that benefit as well. I believe you can still hear me, right? I need a feedback,
Yes,
please. All right. So that's that for GitHub Copilot. So GitHub Copilot can be used on VS Code. Also, you can use it. Probably you are using some other IDEs, right? Some other IDEs like Jet. So use GitHub Copilot there. So GitHub Copilot will help you. Like I said, it has different models, and you can also explore those models. So, but you must very sure of the models you are using. If that model, because models are built based on the LML, the large, what's it called, large number data, right? So it's actually built based on the data sets that are used to models that are specifically trained for coding, right? So they can generate effective and well-functional codes for you. And there are some that are not really trained for coding. For instance, personally, I don't use charts for coding, for generating codes, right? So I prefer to use charts for prompting and then for my day-to-day questions, right? So, but I actually prefer to use Claude. I don't know you might be actually heard of about Claude before. You can use Claude model for for coding because I believe Claude is more trained to build software products, right? Why the latest what's it called, ChatGPT, Codex 5.2 and the likes, all those models, the new models that were built on Codex were also built specifically for coding. So you can also explore those models as well. All right, so we have Cursor, we have Winsoft, we have anti-graffiti. Also, anti-graffiti is built by Google, right? So you can also use an ID called anti-gravity for coding, right? So you can use it for coding as well. You can use it as an ID for you to code. So I would just like to, in order not to waste our, I would like to move to the section two. So the section two talks about the skills that matters in the AI era. So what are the skills that are declining? What are the skills that are rising? What are the brand new skills? So what are the skills that are declining? So we'll be talking about the skills that truly matters here. So as a software engineer, what are the things that you need to know? What are the things that you need to, you have to, as time goes by, we have to learn, we have to unlearn, we have to relearn, right? Value. So we have, so like I said earlier, if you are coding before 2023, you have to memorize syntax. Now with AI leverage, so you don't have to memorize syntax again. So, but it's very important that as a software engineer, you understand the basics. So basics is very important. So you cannot just jump on a programming language without you understanding the syntax of the programming language, without you understanding the how to write simple logics, simple functions, without you understanding um, the data types, right? So all those basic functional fundamentals. So we need to ensure that we know them, right? So it's not an era where we have to memorize syntax again. It's not an era where we write boilerplate code. It's not an era where we have to be doing debugging, troubleshooting ourselves. It's not an era where we have to be writing documentation, manually writing documentation. AI can generate documentations for you. So, and also skill knowledge. All right. So, single stack engineers. Now, what do I mean by this? You know, with AI leverage, especially if you are very grounded in a particular programming language, and that programming language covers many areas, something like or JavaScript now. JavaScript can use it for web development, can use it for mobile app development, can use it for some other things like AI as well, right? So now you as a web developer, probably you are grounded in web development, so you can leverage on in web development using React, right? To learn React Native, you have to or stick to one framework, right? In as much you know one with AI leverage, you can build and ship um using that, right? You can build and ship um products, right? You can learn, you can switch to probably switch to mobile development or probably back end, right? So you don't have to see because opportunities will be coming, and then as time goes on, opportunities will be declining based on the engineers and based on the advantage of AI, right? Because now we have so many, because you don't have the learning covers will actually be reduced, right? To learn any language, any programming language, any test skills now this use, and then that will actually make programming more easier, right? It's make programming more easier. So now, if programming is more easy, now we have so many engineers that we are applying for jobs. In fact, currently now, jobs, I don't know, or jobs, if you are searching on LinkedIn, Indeed, and the like, so you might, some jobs are not really relevant again, like before, right? Relevant in that as we continue. All right, so now we have rising in value. What are the things that are rising in value? As a software engineer, you must ensure that you know system thinking and architecture, right? You know critical code review and evaluation. So you're able to review AI code, right? So as an engineer, you should be able to actually read and understand the code that AI generates for you. Because, for instance, if you are building a complex system like probably a fintech system, if you don't understand the code the AI generates add for you to even what to do if you are in critical situation, right? So also you have to ensure that you have the problem definition and product sense. You must understand the scope for you start, because AI up by input equals to out on the give an AI that the AI will work on that AI will for AI to generate the code for you, right? So as a developer, you must ensure that you understand the problem definition and then you understand the product sense. Also, security and reliability is very important. You can't just jump on a complex system without you understanding the security, at least the basic security as a developer. You must ensure that you understand it. I think last year, someone tweeted on X that he just built a SaaS product, right? I think that, and then within 24 hours, he tweeted again that he has encountered a problem because now he's a non understand security, doesn't understand pipe coding to do this. Right? SaaS is then people were now bypassing the some point he lost, so they bypassed the subscription, then they were able to access the system and do quite a lot of. So as an engineer, we must ensure that at least we understand the basic security and reliability in the product we are building. Also communication and collaboration, you're able to communicate to stakeholders, then collaboration skill is also very important. So now, new job opportunities in the AI era. So like I said, there will be introduction of new jobs. Now, I don't know if you've been seeing this, but openings all around the world. Though some, Nigerians, we are always late to the show. But if you search for job opportunities, probably in UK, US, or outside Nigeria, you should have been seeing job opportunities. So the first one out engineer. So now for principal software engineers that can build an entire system. So a particular person with the help of AI, with AI leverage, can build a system from A to Z, right? So, so they can build an entire system from A to Z. What do I mean by A to Z? So they can do the UI, the design, right? Workflow, they can design. Then from what you want to build and you want to work on it and it those kind of things, right? Jobs on and that means, like I said, um some some uh some jobs might not really be relevant. So it might lose its relevancy. So like web, we still be having web others, but many companies or startups will likely hire someone that can build an entire system for them, right? Someone that can work as a team, right? That's why I said earlier that you don't have to be a single stack engineer, right? With AI leverage, you can learn anything. You can learn within 1 week, 2 weeks, you can pick up a programming language. I used to tell my friend that if I want to pick up any programming language now, so I don't have to spend more time to pick it up. It was not last week. I applied for um a Golang, right? Even though I don't even know Golang, so I applied for the job. So what give me that confidence to have AI leverage, right? I can in probably 1 week, then from AI, right? Now we have solution that can uh that can work on complex problem. Then they can simplify those problem into tasks for engineers to understand, right? Or for AI to understand. AI orchestrator as well. So this is probably an engineer that can use many AI agents. So probably you want to build a system around many AI agents. You have to probably then use those AI to achieve all those things. You can still call them like all these AI engineers as well, or prompt engineering. So engineer. So this has been one of the um demanding of ML. As you know, these are the engineers that work on building models. They work on building models, training models, and AI automation engineer as well. So these are the engineers, automating different things, different fields like probably accounting, health, finance, and the likes, right? So now you can integrate Cloud AI in Excel. So that means even with Excel, Microsoft Excel, you can use AI to perform your day-to-day activities. You can AI to visualize your data, to analyze your data. So this charge of automation, they automate plug in AI in different systems and everything. So this is more like it's a principal software engineer as well. So they are the engineers that are in charge of AI, using AI to build products. So they leverage on AI the entire system. So leverage on AI to build an entire system. So AI specific skill, I have to rush. AI specific skill stack. So AI prompting, as an engineer, you must know how to prompt your AI very well in order for you to get your desired output. So this is what I used to do as an individual. So most times I use AI to prompt AI. So probably I can use or prompt I want to give AI to build an entire system for me, a mobile application from scratch, right? So I could use AI to generate the right the prompt that we another AI will work on. So in order for the AI to give me my desired output, right? You must understand your right, position. know AI works for which AI is good for. AI models or AI agents are, have their strengths and weaknesses, right? You must know the AI model you want to the AI model you want to use as well. So understanding AI limitations, what the AI can do. As a software engineer, you must not train your AI with your secret keys, or you must ensure that your security is intact, right? So you must ensure that keys are really highly secretive. You must ensure that you don't train your AI model with that, because they can use those data against you. I think it wasn't not yesterday I received a mail from GitHub that from April be using our data. So in as much you allow them, they are going to be using their our data to train their models, right? So if you are now passing the keys that are secretive for to train your AI, that means they already have all those data, and they can use those data for to harm you, right? Because different people can have access to those data, because those data are being stored in their database or in their data sets. All right, and AI workflow design, right? So as an engineer, so time is coming where we are going to be bypassing UI UX designer, right? Google released that AI agent an upgraded version last month or early this month. So that's Google Stitch. So this is an AI agent that you can use to generate an Figma design for you, right? You can use that AI to generate an entire Figma design for you. So we might bypass. In fact, you don't have to. Sometimes if you want to build a system that you prompt that AI very well, so the AI will generate um an entire design, the functionality and everything. And only that, if you are someone that you want to and just do some kind of retouching, right? But to ensure that it does the design, also it does the functionality also perfectly. So, but also right? If you want to achieve best results, if you want to achieve best results with design, you can use Claude model. So it's very effective. Also, the T-shaped engineer in 2026. So as an engineer, you must be ensured that you have an horizontal skill. You can call it general skills, right? You must ensure that you are AI literate, right? You understand the basics in AI. Also, you must be product aware. You must have communication. So all these are just like the general skills you must have. You must be you must have depth in just like your specialty. So why I mentioned that you must not be single stack engineer, but something that you know that at least you are very good at. For me, even though I'm a software engineer, I do backend, I do something, but I am more convenient, or I can say I'm proud because I've built like several times before. So now you must have like a jack of all trade, master of none. At least you must have something that you know that you are very good at, right? You must have something that you know that you are very good. If it's back end, front end, then you take other things within that ecosystem as 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 an addition to the skills, to this specialty, right? Also for the new AI agent layer, sorry, for the new AI layer, so you must know how to use AI tool proficiency. Also, you must know how to evaluate AI output, and also you must ensure that you understand the AI transformer rags, fine tuning, and the like. So now you must ensure that you know how to evaluate AI output very well. So all these things are very important. Like I mentioned earlier, so you must ensure that any code AI generates for you, you should be able to understand, read and understand it in case if there is any issue. So Those skills are very important. All right. So for the section three, so we're talking about the strat. So how software engineer can future proof their career. So what are the things that we have to do in order for us to future proof our career? So what are the skills? What are the strategies that we have to explore? All right. So now the first strategy is adopt the augmented mindset. You must have the mindset that AI is not going to take your job. It's not a threat to your job, right? AI is not a threat to your job. But like I said earlier, because software will be more like that. The future of software is that it will be very cheap. Someone messaged me last week on LinkedIn that he will build a landing page for 15,000. That if I have a landing page work, I should hire him. That's going to build landing page for 15,000 naira, and that's where we are going. So it will come to a time whereby we have a lot of engineers, and an engineer can actually undo probably 10 projects at the same time. So it will make software engineering more cheaper. So an engineer can charge probably 100,000 for building a mobile app. Can charge because people will be finding a way whereby because there will be competitions. Let me just put it that way. So there will be competition, and also the time to ship will be more faster because we have AI leverage, right? So AI is not a threat to your job, but there will be competition, right? There will be competition, and the competition is between the engineers now. It's not even AI competing with human or AI competing with us. So it will be a competition between humans, and it will make software engineering to be cheap, right? So another old mindset is I need to compete with AI. So like I said, AI is not competing with us, right? It's not competing, and it's not going to take our job. Now the new mindset you have to embrace is for my capabilities. So that means as an engineer, you can know like two different languages, three different languages, and then you'll be good with them, right? So it's a multiplier for your capacities or for your capabilities. You'll be able to handle several projects at the same time, right? Also, if you combine, I combine my judgments with AI speed. Also, how can I do 10x with AI? So this is software engineering now. So that like how do I leverage on AI in order for me to achieve for me to be more. These are the mindsets that we should have as a software engineer. All right, so let's move on. Let's move on. So now the second strategy is build your personal AI toolkit. So build your personal AI toolkit. All right. So the tier one. So like I always say, this copilot is really powerful. So if you have the capacity or capability to get the premium, to actually be helpful. But if you cannot get the premium, if you're a student or you have probably spent the account, yeah, school email to open an account, then you leverage on that, right? So tier one as a soft Copilot account, right? You must have the top Copilot account. You must know how to use Claude models are very powerful. Do right. Like I said earlier, Claude is best for coding. Is best for coding, and also I will also emphasize more on some of this recently. So as we go, so that you can to enhance your productivity, right? So you know this capacity AI is like a generative AI. So these are AI that can be used for research, for publications and the like. So or probably you want to research about, you want to do a spike on things that you've not done before, right? You can use so for the tier two. So using Cursor, Cursor is an agent that can build an entire system for you, probably a web application. You can use Lovable, but they are still under IDs, right? So they are still under IDs. So Cursor is an ID. when sub is an ID, but you can use all these things to also generate an entire system for you, right? So we also have FIO by fact. Also, we have anti-graffiti. You can also anti-graffiti also falls between these tier two. For the advanced, for the advanced, so we have MCP, text protocol. So we have local LML, we have custom GPT agents. So now you, as time goes on, you should be able to build AI agents yourself, leveraging on some free resources or free models online. So like Olama now, I'm very conversant with Olama, and I've been able to use Olama to build an AI agent for beauty. Like I just made research on AI agent that that can recommend. Probably you snap, you send your face to that AI. That AI agent will now use that face to predict what is wrong with your face, right? So and how and which kind of cream you can use in order for you to probably treat your face. So it's a big it has a big data set and it's free. In fact, this Meta AI is built on Olama. Olama they use Olama mode with Meta AI, right? So it's free. You can download this locally. So these are models that you can download more locally for you to use to build a part. And if if you also want to probably your AI agents. Probably you build an AI agent specially tailored for something for a purpose, right? Probably you want to deploy on any server. You can install Llama on that server as well in such a way that at least you'll be able to access any data you want to access online, right? In as much you have the capacity to finance the resources because it might be actually be consuming, but you can install that server online and you're able to access anything you want to access online as well using Olama. I'm very conversant with Olama and it's free. You can download it on your local, then probably using you can download it on your VS Code. Then from there you can access data. You can build AI, you can build your own personal AI agent, right? And you can even sell, you can ship that AI agent and you can be any money from it. So these are things that we have to leverage on as a software engineer, right? We have to leverage on as a software engineer. Also, um, a, local AI agents you can use to automate your daily work. So we have Cloud Co-work. So this was released, I think it was released not quite long. So this is an AI agent that you can use locally. So you can use this AI agent locally. You can just download it and install it locally. In as much you have, you can just probably use prompt that AI to build an entire system for you. Probably want to build a fintech product, you want to build any product, right? You can just prompt that AI to just leave your system and go. You can leave that system for like 2 hours, 3 hours. Then the AI will build that model for you. And it's not limited to probably building softwares, right? It's not limited to building. So use it for your day-to-day activities. Probably you want to schedule a call with something like how more work than Siri. So it automate your entire system, your entire computer. Let me put it that way. So it's actually it can actually be used to automate the entire system to do anything you want to do. So you can also Cloud Co-work, OpenClaw. OpenClaw was also released by Chat. Yeah, so it can be set up locally to automate your workflow. You can use it for chatting, you can use it for replying messages online, for probably on WhatsApp or any social media, or any day-to-day activity that you want to engage in. All right. So we have open interpreter as well. You can use to run scripts and look at machine action supervised by AI instructions. So we have continue client um ADA. So these are ID and terminal. So all these things and that you can leverage on as a software engineer. So you don't have to probably go to Visual Studio before you do anything you want to do. And also download all these. You can download probably Core. I'm very conversant with this Cloud Core work. So for building things and for automating your day-to-day activities, right? So these are very essential for us to know as a software engineer. So also the strategy three, the fundamental matters more, not less. So like I said earlier, we have to ensure that as software engineers, we know the fundamentals. We know the fundamentals. And what are the fundamentals? You know, we have data structures and algorithm, how algorithm works, right? We must understand system designs. We must understand networking. If you are a backend developer, you must understand all the and the likes. You must understand server, how to deploy, right? So why I know that AI can also do deployment for us, but um, AI is limited. AI cannot open AWS account for you. So you must know how to set up all those things, probably all those AWS. If it's possible, just get all these certifications, can be all this AI. I think AWS also has AI certification on deployment, or you just get probably AWS certification on deployment, on system architecture and the likes. All right, so understanding very important. Understanding the fundamentals is very important. Must understand database design as well. Must understand basic security principles. So, what are the basic security principles? I mentioned earlier that you don't train AI with your secret keys. You don't train AI with what you feel really like all these all these might be all these critically matters, right? While building your software, you must not train AI with all those details. So they are very important. You must understand operating systems as well. So as an engineer. All right, so let's move very fast. So the strategy 4 and 5, build in public, never stop learning. So build in public, you must ensure that you contribute to open source projects, right? So ensure that you contribute to open source projects. Just Olama, Olama is open source, and people are contributing to it every day. Olama is an open source, so people are contributing to it every single day. So if you have the capacity and you have the knowledge, you can just also AI integration. Like I said earlier, you can also build your AI agents. You just build AI agents, then you can right. If you pick a particular niche, you can pick probably health, fintech, um, any industry that you feel it actually matters to build an AI agent tailored to that particular field. Like I said earlier, to build AI agents, right? You can use Olama because it's a free model and that's free data sets, right? You can use that model to build a AI agent for you. So it's very important. Like I said earlier, so our jobs might not you in the future. Why I know that is there'll be the relevancy might not really be there again. So that's why we have to be now, right? Who else and all. So so this is not an era where we are going to be right. So let people know what you can do, what you are capable. So that would also document great.
Right, you're breaking.
Oh, hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Sorry. Sorry about that. All right, so all this we we need to know. So ensure that you are building in public. Also, Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, audible now, but it's breaking in between.
Okay, okay. All right. So, like I said, we should ensure that we are learning as well. So, join communities, you know, um, ensure that you follow in technology on social on X, right? So that we not be left out. We know the latest technology or latest AI that were released, and we able to work in that regard. If you know the latest AI agents or probably AI model that is released AI company, so at least you will have an offer. So knowledge is power. So whatever you know, we actually help you in building as well. All right, so I need to move very fast. Also, the strategy six specialized at human AI intersection. So, like I said earlier, and ensure that you intersect in that regard. So, do we work for you, then use build AI, people, like or in that. All right, do you understand?
Yeah, oh, it's you.
Okay. So, now products, any product that you see out there now, you see something like AI power. So they are integrating AI into different products that have been released this, integrating AI into software that have been released this. So we should also ensure that probably you pick up a good in that niche and incorporate AI. All right. So ensure that you use AI for probably for automation or for for um for research, right? For research as well. So also, what are the things you have to do from now? The practical plan. So build your own AI agent and market it. So build your own AI agent and market. Start your so as a software developer, if you have a problem with startups and like so, ensure that you also build your own startup. Like you can use AI to build anything. I can remember there was a time when I wanted to build a video SDK from scratch. That was 2023, early 2023. But I was unable to achieve that because even though I made research online, I didn't see any resource that would that actually helped me then. So at some point I had to leverage on a third party SDK in order to achieve that. Now, if I want to do that same thing now, probably I want to build a video call SDK. So with the help of AI, I can leverage on AI to build that kind of system for me or to build that kind of SDK for me. Right? Why am I saying this? So if you have an idea and you feel that idea is a very good one, so you can start build that idea, even though if you don't have the money for marketing, you can leverage on probably um on friends, on family. You can bootstrap funds in order for you to market. Just start something like build a startup. So if you have any idea, you can build anything. Any idea you have, you can build it with the help of AI. So these are things that um we have to take into action, right? As a software engineer. Also, the third one is launch SaaS for Nigeria and overseas and sell. So launch SaaS products. So many businesses need SaaS products, right? So many businesses need software as a service products. You can build a software as a service in logistics, in e-commerce, in any area. Then sell those products. So sell those products. You can sell it on, Selling products means that you build a system, then you sell it online. Then you can even duplicate that system, sell it to another person. Do you get? Because people are buying source code. So a friend of mine reached out a few days ago. No, a few days ago as well. Yeah, a few days ago. So he mentioned that he just sold a product. He created a product on music. He worked on a music product and he was able to sell it on this code Kenyon. So you can build your own SaaS product as well. You can look for any niche, build a SaaS product, then sell that product. So I recommend this Code Kenyon to sell products. They pay in dollars. So you can leverage on Lemon, Squeezy, Pado, Stripe. You can explore all these things. So these are places where you can build, you can build and sell your products. And the out of ideas there. Even if you go to that platform, you see out of product that people have built, mobile applications, web applications, desktop applications, all those SaaS, it can just be a simple SaaS product that is solving a particular problem, right? So just ensure that you build that kind of product, then you list it. So what you just have to do is just to have like a demo video or what that software does or of what that product does. Then you sell it, right? Then you'll be earning in dollars by selling. Because now, if you want to, you want to start a startup, you want to build a startup now, you need money, you need finance to run it. So one of the things you can leverage on is by building SaaS, then sell it. So you don't have to wait till probably you get hired by a company. Well, it's fine to be hired by companies, but why being hired by a company on the side as a software? These are the future of software. So ensure that you have your own product, you build, or you have a SaaS product, you build and sell. All right. So five takeaways, five things we need to remember tonight. So the first thing we have to take note of is that AI reward engineer will stay updated. So it's very important for us to stay updated. It's very important for us to stay updated, right? So ensure that you are following trends on AI, follow trends on AI, probably on X or any social media, on LinkedIn and also some other social media platforms, right? Ensure that you are updated, get latest updates on AI workflows, all right? And know how you can adapt AI into any system and ship faster. Also, ensure that you know the fundamentals, right? So ensure that you know the fundamentals so that you won't you won't shoot yourself in the leg. So you won't build a system and then people will bypass the system to um to cause more harm, or they can bypass the system for them to do a dubious act to steal from the system, right? So fundamentals are very important. If you want to use a new programming language to build something, ensure that you know the fundamental of that programming language. So don't skip the fundamentals. Also ensure that demand for code is infinite. See, coding will always be relevant, right? Only that we might have many engineers out there, and we might even have engineers that can take 5 to 6 job at the same time, or won't take more than so at the same time. So the demand for code is infinite. Even AI agents they still need human.
No, correct. Correct, are you there? Okay, I think um, it's more of a technical issue from his end. Uh,
Hello, can you hear me?
yes, yes.
Sorry, my network logged me out for a while,
Oh, all right.
so I'm sorry for that. I don't know where. What was the last thing I mentioned before?
Yeah, you were on point number three.
Okay, yeah. So I mentioned that demand for AI is infinite. So AI will create more jobs for developer. So there will always be more jobs, right? There will always be more jobs. Only that um we would have we have more engineers. That's one, and we have engineers that can take more jobs because AI will increase their capabilities. All right, so that's just it. So for the fourth one, so I mentioned that start today, not tomorrow. Start whatever you want to do. You have to ensure that you start today. So build that system today. If you have a startup that you've been ideating, just ensure that you build it. So build a solution for yourself. Also pick an AI tool, AI skill, and then ensure that you also develop yourself in that area. So the fifth one is that become the AI augmented engineer. So become an engineer that embrace AI for solving real world problem. So for solving real world problems. So ensure that you don't see AI as threat. So embrace AI in such a way that at least it will make your work more easier, it will make you more productive, and it will make you stand out at there. So this is not an era where you have to start writing code again, right? Even though you have to know the basics. Personally, I can't remember the last time I wrote like 10 lines of code, right? So I use AI for the major things I do. Though this might not be applicable to junior developers. I always recommend that junior developers, probably you are just started your career in software development, or just want to learn software development, right? Ensure that you go for the basics first. Ensure that you understand the basic things you have to understand before you jump to using AI to build products for you, right? So the fundamentals are very important. All right, so become the AI augmented engineer. This isn't a future concept, it is who you need to become today. So embrace AI. On this note, I will say that as developers, as software engineers, so let's ensure that AI is here and is here to stay. AI has come to stay, and as time goes on, even the models that will be releasing will be more superb, right? So now AI models are the one building the new models because it is the previous model that they are using to build new models now. So the idea of using AI, right? Using AI to saturate the tech world or the tech field before any other field is just to ensure that if AI can can invade the tech field, so it will be very easy for it to invade any other field because tech controls everything now, right? And AI has come to stay in tech. So let's ensure that whatever we are doing, we leverage on AI to build it and to make it more effective and to also make us as individual more productive. So thank you. Thank you for listening. If you have any question, you can ask. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very, very much. That was that was a really profound question. right? I personally learned a lot, right? So let me give 2 minutes for anyone that wants to ask questions. So if you have a question, you can just signify, like, okay, okay. So in the absence of no question, I believe we've learned a lot in this session, right? So one of the major takeaways is AI is the future of engineering, right? And it's not about computing, it's just learning how to integrate AI into our workflow as engineers, right? So it's just the time to adapt, it's time to learn and position yourself, for uh what's coming, right? For what's coming. Like you said, we're going to be having more superb models, more groundbreaking uh sections in AI, right? So it's just the time to start to adapt, very fast, learn up and, position ourselves. Yeah, because at the end of the day, AI will not replace engineers, right? So then only engineers who know how to use AI well will replace it, who don't. Yeah, so I think we've had a good session this evening. Um, thank you very, very much for everyone who joined, right? And a special appreciation to the host of this webinar, Del, right? And also thank you very much to our guest, Eliza, for the session. I hope the things we've learned from this session, I hope we're going to start implementing them even as we continue in our different paths like that, right? So, thank you once again, everyone. So we have this session recorded. So in case you want to go back to review and all of that, so we have it recorded and the link will be sent. The link will be sent. Yeah. So thank you very much for your time, everyone. I hope we do have a good night rest. Yeah.